Hi everyone, welcome to ComfortLifeChannel. I am very happy to see you here today and I hope you're doing wonderful. In this video, we are going to discuss the ways that will help us to reduce the sugar intake. Well, the question about sugar is very popular and nowadays the sugar consumption is extremely high and many people, to say more, are just simply addicted to it. Well, it's a common fact that sugar makes people become addicted to sugar. And you know, all those sweet and sugar cravings, they just don't happen out of nothing. Sugar is something that gives us fast energy, but unfortunately it has many calories and it has no nutritional value for us. This makes this food not the best and definitely not the perfect choice. Well, talking about the ways of reducing the sugar intake, I will definitely not say that we should completely omit sugar in our diets, no. But to begin with, we need to find out how much sugar is okay for everyone to consume daily. And taking this question into consideration, it is so important to pay attention to several facts, like your age, your weight, especially if you have any problems with maintaining a healthy weight, if you're suffering from obesity, and definitely any health problems. In a nutshell, less sugar you eat, the better it is for you and the healthier you will be. But according to the American Heart Association, the maximum amount of sugar intake throughout the day, per day, so to say, for men is supposed to be not more than 9 teaspoons, which is 37.5 grams of sugar, and for women not more than 6 teaspoons, which is 25 grams of sugar. Well, just to put it that into perspective, a can of soda will have almost 8 teaspoons of sugar, just one can of soda. And of course, these guide for sugar intake should be okay for healthy and active people. Definitely if you're suffering from obesity, any baked goods or something that is loaded with sugar, like soft drinks, and they should have no place in your diet at all. Just to give a little bit of numbers, already in 2008, the average sugar intake per person was 76.5 grams, which is, it sounds scary, but it is almost 19 teaspoons. Doesn't it really frighten you? Well, it definitely does frighten me. Well, and now let's see how we can easily reduce the sugar intake in our diets. One of the most important thing for everyone who is, while shopping, buying processed foods, or sometimes you just have no choice, you have to get something like that, we should always pay attention to the labels, because sometimes there are so many different types of food where sugar is one of the ingredients, but you will never even think about that. So always read all the ingredient list to find if there is any sugar in it. So always check any label, first of all, for the ingredients, and of course it always has those small breakdown which tells you how much fat, proteins and fats it has. It definitely has the one for sugar. So always see how many grams of sugar is in one serving of certain thing. The next recommendation, probably the simplest one, will be to avoid drinking sugar, which means you need to avoid drinking even commercial juices, of course sodas, and like flavored milk. They are loaded with sugar, and I understand that it's a common fact that regular fruit juice is actually high in sugar too. But what you could do in this case is definitely the best way is to prepare juices at home and always add a little bit of vegetables to them. Well, together with the fruits, you won't really see the taste different. It will still taste perfectly, but it will have less sugar, it will be natural, it will be homemade, and will provide you with more health benefits. Another thing you definitely need to do or start doing is to avoid the canned fruits. Instead, go with the fresh ones or even frozen, which will always be better option. And the baked foods, the muffins and whatever cakes, something, cookies you're buying, it's better to not buy it anymore, just really stop consuming it, because honestly, when you are worried about sugar, all those things, they are also loaded with carbohydrates and fat. So that's not a good thing, or just do it occasionally. And again, you can always bake something on your own. Well, in this case, you might have so many options to reduce the amount of sugar. The best advice I find is, for example, the recipe calls for half a cup of sugar. Try to do less, try to do 1/4 of the cup, and I'm sure you won't see any difference. So that works with every recipe. And then, of course, always add some spices like cinnamon, add some nutmeg or vanilla. It will enhance the flavors, will make the recipe even more delicious, and you won't even feel that, lack of sugar in it. Another recommendation here will be to avoid all low-fat or like reduced fat or fat-free, whatever, labeled like diet foods, because every type of food where the fat is reduced or lowered, they are loaded with sugar. Another advice will be to be careful when you are dining out. Most of the places where you're buying the food, they always use sugar, even in condiments. Let's say mustard or tomato sauce, they have sugar in it, and many famous salad dressings, they contain sugar in them as well. So the best option here would be just to look for just some olive oil with a little bit of lemon or lime juice. Healthier option, has no sugar in it. Another recommendation will be to reduce the coffee amount that you're drinking throughout the day, for several reasons. Well, one of the most important reasons is that all the coffee that you're buying in the coffee places, they are loaded with syrups, like vanilla syrup, whatever, and this is sugar. It is not good. And then coffee, it influences on, it has the same effect on your system as sugar. For example, it gives you that boost, right, that energy, but it goes away really fast, which makes you actually craving more coffee and of course sugar. Anytime you always buy coffee, you always look for that little pie or delicious cookie. So that's another no-no for everyone who's trying to reduce this sugar intake. And maybe the recommendation, which has nothing to do with sugar, but try to never drink coffee with milk. The explanation for that is that milk compared, together with coffee, it crystallizes to gallstones and kidney stones, and also leads to the hardening of the arteries. And then if you like to drink coffee with your sugar, that is another no. It's not healthy. And if you would like to sweeten your coffee a little bit, just regular raw honey will be the best choice. And then just try to drink coffee, not because you are addicted to it, which is, coffee makes people be addicted to it as well, but only when you really feel like you need that boost, you need that. And it doesn't have to be the morning every time. Drinking coffee in an empty stomach, it is also a very bad idea. So there are many counterstones with coffee. I'm not saying it's a bad product to drink, but it has to be drunk always in the right way. So while you're not overloading on coffee, I don't think if I even should mention here that all the fast foods should be completely avoided. And even if you find some strawberry smoothie in the place that sells fast food, it is a bad idea, because it will be loaded with all those really bad and nasty stuff and sugar as well. So then another advice is to always be prepared. It is great when you have, let's say, a snack on the go, when you grab something with you. You won't be starving, you will have something to eat real fast. And the best choice is, of course, you could really cut some vegetables. You could just have an apple or prepare some homemade snacks. I know there are tons of different recipes. And something that definitely works all the time, anytime you want to eat some muffin or a cookie, just go for a walk, for a brisk walk, or just start doing some exercising. It's always working, because after working out, you definitely don't want to, even look at that muffin anymore, because you're so healthy, you're strong, you're toning yourself, your muscles, and you will have healthy waist. You don't want that sugar. the last thing I would love to recommend is just to change the way you think about a dessert, let's say. It doesn't always have to be a cake or something else. I understand that people want to treat themselves with something good, but instead try to treat your body with something really good. And then remember, it takes about 14 days for anything to become a habit. So let's say if for 14 days you're trying to stick to these rules, it will definitely be way much easier afterwards. And then anytime you want to eat something sweet, there are so many options. You could bake the fruits, they are very sweet, you know, like apples and pears. You could eat some dark chocolate, that's not a problem, and eat small pieces every other day. You could even, you know, again, bake your own foods, which is a better choice anytime you want something homemade and, you know, from this kind of things. And then the dried fruits, probably, they are very sweet. You have to be careful with dried fruits only if you are suffering from, you know, from the obesity, because they are very, you know, they are high in calories, way much higher than the fresh fruits, but they are very sweet. But on the other hand, they have such a, you know, great nutritional value. So here and there, it's always a good option to grab a little, you know, in the form of a snack. And then, but always make sure you buy them sulfur-free and you wash them carefully with hot water. I'm sure you will agree with me that sugar gives you that boost, but then it definitely makes you feel cranky. We don't want that. We want to be lightened, we want to be light and, you know, just easygoing. Always remember, you are what you eat. So let's eat well together. As you see, there is so many options, advices, and helpful tips for us to do so. I also hope that you like this video. Please put the thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to my channel. As always, I wish you guys to stay very positive, very happy, very healthy, and yes, reduce that sugar intake.